Xin chào, what's up everybody? Alright, again, another Vietnam news update on opening. Right after I did my my last article, they already updated with another article. So let's just rip right into it. And let me explain what's going on in here, because people are like kind of jumping for joy in the comment section on the article. You know, this is a proposal. This is ministries agree. So this is teams of other people. Several ministries like the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism. Which, mind you, before we get into the article, they've been trying to support things opening and coming up with plans like this for the past 6 months. Most of them didn't stick, or most of them came with caveats. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer in any kind of way. I'm just trying to give you logistically real how this actually works. Now, this is probably what is going to happen. This article I'm going to read is most likely the scenario that they're going to go with for I don't know how long. It could be 15 days, could be 30 days. I think they'll see how it goes, but let's read the article and then I'll break down the information in the article for you so you can make sense of it. Support the fully reopened tourism and lift all travel restrictions from March 15th. The Defense, Public Security, Tourism, Health, Foreign Affairs, Transport agreed on a meeting that Vietnam fully reopen its, oh, Willie's right here, huh? Pretty cool. Probably from a wartime. Okay. Reopens air, land, and sea borders from March 15th. All travel restrictions imposed since the pandemic broke out in Vietnam in 2020 would be removed. Foreign tourists arriving in Vietnam do not need to book tour packages in designated travel agencies, as per it is now. All tourists aged from 12 and above are required to furnish a certificate stating they're fully vaccinated or recovered from COVID. They have not given a timeline on the recovered from COVID, so I would be mindful on that. If you've probably been a year out from recovered, I don't know if that'll work. Last I checked, it was 6 months, so it is possible to get in unvaccinated. They have stopped checking the vaccine at a lot of places in Saigon. It used to be insane. You couldn't walk into one place without scanning the app and checking in for a health declaration. And then it broke down to just showing the thing on your phone, and now places have just flat out given up. However, when I was in Nha Trang, it was used everywhere. I don't know if that's still the case. And I don't know if they're going to revamp it up once they open tourism under some kind of worry. So be mindful on that. It is possible to get in without a vaccine. There are unvaccinated people in Saigon that claim they've never had any issues, but I can tell you that's not particularly true, as we have a few people in the Discord that have friends in Saigon, and they're taking crazy ways to enter the city when they leave because they're worried and yada yada yada. And surely after the 4th wave they weren't getting into much of anything, because they checked that app for literally every single thing. You couldn't go into the grocery store without it. But like I said, that has weaned away and pretty much gone away. So yeah. Negative, okay. So they've been fully vaccinated, recovered from COVID, and show a negative rapid antigen test, which is what we wanted. Get rid of the PCR test. They can be negative. They can be wrong. I can tell you firsthand. I've had the situation happen to me here in Cambodia. So the testing, in my opinion, should be gone altogether. Let's just stop this madness. This is the flu now. Let's apply actual science to this in actual real life stuff. This is not something that's killing people anymore. This is literally a common flu now. So in my opinion, if it was me, completely just stop it. Just stop the testing. If they're unvaccinated, okay, maybe do the antigen test. But I'm even fine with letting unvaccinated people in. I don't care, man. If you're vaxxed or not, that's your choice. I could give really two shits at the end of the day. It's up to you. It's your choice, your body, all that jazz-a-frazz. I don't care about taking the thing, man. I'll take however many they want. It has done absolutely nothing to me. And yeah. All right. Must show a negative rapid antigen test result obtained within 24 hours at their accommodation facilities after arrival. So that's a pretty good deal too, that you do it once you get here. So that's one half of the hurdle pretty much gone, in my opinion. I don't think that's a bad bet at all. Ministries also proposed the government to resume the unilateral visa exemption policy for 13 countries and bilateral for 88 countries as prior to the pandemic. So they're talking visa situations like prior to the pandemic, which is what we wanted to hear. That is very excellent news. That most likely means that if you're from America, you're going to get a 1-year tourist visa that you have to renew every 30 days at the immigration department in Saigon or whatever city you're at. So, and then I would imagine it follows suit for all the other countries too. I'm not sure how other countries' visa things go for Vietnam, but that is kind of the news. That's the big takeaway from this proposal that they've got here. That is the good news, is you don't have to book a tour group anymore. That's the game changer for me. International visitors arriving in the country by air would spend 1 day quarantine in their hotel. Okay, not bad. If anybody's ever watched all my videos, if you go back a year and a half ago, I said most likely the opening scenario would include a 1 day to 3 day quarantine. So I kind of hit that on the head. Until they furnish a negative COVID test result and would continue monitoring their health for 14 days. Those showing symptoms would undergo rapid COVID testing when they land at the airport. So that means like how when you come into Cambodia, they rapid test everybody. I don't know what determines if you have symptoms, maybe if you're coughing or sneezing. So don't cough, you should be all right. And you have to have the medical insurance. So international visitors to Vietnam need to have medical insurance to cover for COVID treatment, which kind of you should have anyways. It's fairly inexpensive, it's easy to get. Google can help you find all different kind of packages for that. The government started allowing, yeah, we know that. Yeah. So that's pretty much the news. That's the update from the article that came out just yesterday. So, and this one came out yesterday about, I don't know, an hour after I shot the video. So, what do I think? What are my opinions on this? Do I think this will happen? I think so. I think it's very possible we're going to see this, and then I think they're going to see that things are going to go pretty well with it, and they're going to ditch the 1 day quarantine, and then after some set amount of time they're going to ditch the testing and all that stuff. Right now it's a pretty good start. I think a lot of people are willing to do, even if it's a 14-day trip. Usually your first day, especially if you've had a 16-hour flight, unless you're like a guy like me that stays up for a day to not get rocked from forget the word right now. Charlie. Anyways, the first day is usually scrapped for most people anyways. So like, here's an MG. What is an MG? Is this like an Acura over here? Some British car, right? Looks nice. Looks like a nice little SUV. MG. So I think the 1 day is okay. Not a problem. And you don't have to be vaccinated. You just have to furnish proof that you had COVID and recovered, which I don't know how many people do have that. What you're not going to be able to do is, if you don't have that document that furnishes proof that you had COVID and recovered, and you don't have a vaccination, that means no entrance. You can't just, come in without them having one of those two things. They've stated that pretty clearly. So that's up to you to figure out how you want to handle that one. Of course, I think the road is always going to be a little bit much more easier for those that are vaccinated. Again, up to you, your choice. Do I think this proposal will actually go through? I'd say it's a 95% chance. It could even happen earlier. See, that's the magic with Vietnam. It could happen later or earlier, but with the way that they're amping all this up and the internet's floating around with rumors, and you know what I'm saying, I think that most likely we will see this definitely happen by the 15th or sooner. Like, Vietnam's so random, like, by the end of the day, they could just have the documents out. And there's nothing until the stamp. Until that letter comes out with a stamp on it, this all means nothing. These are all just proposals. That's what you have to understand. Again, would I plan a trip based on this information right now? No. Not until that letter comes out with a red stamp on it. Then you're good to go, good to plan a trip. But as of now, that's all just proposals. And I do think there's a very high likely chance that this proposal will go through. But like, don't go booking flights yet and stuff. You know, the flights are starting to really come down in price because they opened up all the international routes yesterday again to fully regular pre-COVID. So you're going to see the flights continue to drop and be affordable again, which is, in my opinion, really what you want to see to save you money, so you're not wasting that what you would have on your trip. God, this hotel completely screwed me. I have a whole video on this hotel. Oof. Oh my God, I was Rage City. I got in late from Koh Rong, and I booked it on Agoda. Anyways, you'll see that video on that. But until you see the red stamp on that letter, these are all proposals. Do I think that there's going to be more and more proposals every day? Probably. And are they going to keep changing? Probably. Do I think one will get pushed through very quickly? Yes. I think they're seeing Cambodia and other countries flourishing under their programs, and they just don't want to miss out, which makes sense. So I think it's going to happen soon, guys. I think this is all really, really good news. As I have always advised, just wait until the letter with the red stamp comes out. Do your own research. I'm not an expert. Don't let some other YouTuber sell you some service that's going to guarantee you to get here, yada, yada, yada. It's a bad way to lose some money. And I don't want you guys to lose money. You can do this all on your own once they've got the official stuff out, you know. That article I just read said you'll be able to get your own visa again. That's what you want to see, that you can get your own visa. Then you don't have to go through any shill service or pay some guy or some gal something. And I'm not referring, everybody thinks I'm referring to like a certain YouTube person. I'm not. I'm just saying in general that, you know, if someone's trying to sell you a service on YouTube, you've got to kind of look into that, you know. And you can do what you want. You guys are smart people. So I think I've given you all the information. I'll continue to update you as this stuff comes out. I know a lot of people don't understand these articles when they come out. They think they're like factual information. So I just wanted to get it straight that they're just proposals. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty. See you on the next one. Peace out.